Francesco Del Balso, a long-time high-ranking boss in Vito Rizzuto's Montreal Sicilian mafia ruling regime, has been arrested and charged with demanding $5,000 a week from clergy at the St. Maxim Church in Chamonix-Laval. The 52-year-old wanted the money because his wife had donated clothing in a package a few years ago, which he claimed contained valuable jewelry that he said was an error. It's not the first time Del Balso's money situation has made the news in Montreal, as he once had so much illicit cash to launder that he took major losses gambling it at the Montreal casino. Initially, Del Balso would deposit his large sums of cash into his wife's account at the Case Pop de la Rive in Montreal North, but they tipped off authorities to his wonky transactions in 2001, so he took his bags of cash to the Montreal casino, where he poured $8.6 million into gambling in VIP rooms, mostly between 2001 and 2003, as staff treated him like a star and gave him all the perks of a big spender, and he would do the same at casinos in the Bahamas. In one stretch, Del Balso won $600,000 at the Quebec government-run casino, but it cost him $3 million to do so, which comes out to an 80% loss, which makes him a major taxpayer. Del Balso, who had 3 young kids at the time, was second in charge along with Lorenzo Giordano under Francesco Arcadi, while bossman Vito Rizzuto was in an American prison after 2004. Del Balso was forced to manage a serious crisis as Arcadi went AWOL as the Calabrian D'Amico clan of Granby went to war against them over a $900,000 debt. Nick Verichelli, a member of the Rizzuto circle, was abducted, but was eventually released in December 2005 after the two sides narrowly avoided an all-out war, but only after some of the D'Amico guys showed up and roamed around the Cafe Consenza, a Rizzuto hangout on Jarry, and the Rizzutos countered by renting a helicopter and shooting at the Granby home of Luigi D'Amico with an AK-47. Luigi D'Amico, the 74-year-old father of 4, was deported to Italy in 2013, and his son Patrizio relocated to the Dominican Republic, where he spends much of the year. Del Balso was making so much money in various underworld schemes ranging from bookmaking, underground gambling, and drugs that he'd frequently go to the casino and buy tokens just under $10,000, which is the maximum one can purchase without registering with the government, a rule which came into effect in 2003. Cameras and wiretaps provided evidence against Del Balso, who was arrested in November 2006 and charged with a wide variety of crimes. He was sentenced to 15 years in prison 2 years later and kept inside while awaiting sentencing, which meant he was eligible for parole in about 2013. Government also confiscated his $200,000 villa in Acapulco, Mexico, and seized his children's bank accounts, which were loaded with his cash. Vito Rizzuto's dad, Nicola, was also sent to prison at the same time, his first trouble since arriving in Canada in 1954, although he spent 5 years in prison in Venezuela in the 1980s for cocaine and returned to Montreal in 1993. He avoided extradition to Italy, where he was sought for money laundering, and he died at the age of 86 by assassination in 2010. Arcadi and Giordano also got 15 years, while Paolo Renda, 69, got 4, and Rocky Solicito, 60, got 8. In 2018, a judge sentenced Del Balso to 30 days in prison for threatening TVA journalist Félix Séguin for reporting on his attempts to extort Quebec City pizzerias.